What if humans had infrared vision? I can already hear your brain buzzing with intrigue. Imagine if the world around you wasn't just a collection of colors and lights in the visible spectrum. What if you could peer beyond what your eyes were biologically designed to see? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating what-if scenarios yet. Let's push the limits of human perception to explore this incredible concept. To understand the extent of this idea, let's first talk about what infrared vision really is. Infrared light is a type of electromagnetic radiation, just beyond the visible light spectrum. Think of it as a hidden layer, a secret garden of light that exists right next to what we can currently see. While it's invisible to the human eye, many animals, such as snakes and certain types of insects, use it to hunt or navigate. Even some high-tech gadgets like night vision goggles rely on infrared to help us see in the dark. But hold on. We're not talking about using devices. This is about naturally seeing infrared with your own eyes every waking moment. Now, why would this be such a game changer? First off, being able to see infrared light means detecting thermal energy. That heat radiates off of everything, and when you have infrared vision, you can literally see heat. Imagine walking into a cold room and instantly spotting where the warmest places are. Forget broken heaters. Your eyes would show you precisely where heat is leaking from a window or where it's pooling in a cozy corner. And it wouldn't just help in everyday life, it'd be revolutionary for safety. Firefighters, for example, could step into smoke-filled environments and easily locate people trapped inside, as warm bodies glow differently than cold debris. Or imagine rescue teams searching for missing hikers. With infrared vision, they could immediately spot someone lost in a forest or even buried under rubble after an earthquake. It's like having a superpower woven right into your biological design. But wait, this incredible gift would come with its own twists and turns. Let's think about how having infrared vision might impact our social lives. For instance, you'd easily be able to gauge someone's emotional state. Feeling embarrassed? Your face would literally light up with warmth, exposing a glowing flush of heat that infrared vision could read. Happy? Nervous? Cold? Your whole body would send out signals. It's like a transparent emotional blueprint for everyone around you. Kind of relatable, but also a bit terrifying, isn't it? Imagine if every little feeling you had could be seen by everyone else at all times. Privacy would definitely take a hit. Now, here's an interesting twist. With this super sight, would we start to depend too much on what we perceive as heat rather than the visible cues we use today? Think about how an artist paints or how a chef recognizes when a steak is perfectly cooked. All of these artistic and sensory skills would shift dramatically. Artists would paint warm hues over cool blues, but in a language of radiating heat rather than subtle shades. How would you even describe something's beauty if you were basing it on its thermal aura? Mind-blowing concepts, right? However, we need to address the elephant in the room. Our eyes and brain weren't exactly built for infrared vision. If we suddenly gained the ability to see across this extended spectrum, our brains might have to process a lot of extra information, and that could feel overwhelming. Right now, our vision keeps things simple by filtering out most of the electromagnetic spectrum. Colors like red, green, and blue are just fine, thank you. Adding layers of invisible light might lead to sensory overload. Think of how you feel standing in front of a giant, blaring billboard covered in ads. Now multiply that by 1,000. Yup, mind-boggling, isn't it? But let's not forget the evolutionary implications. What would happen to human society over generations if everyone could see infrared? Would houses change? Would fashion begin incorporating thermal designs? Who'd want to wear something that makes them look, well, thermally weird? To preserve modesty, humans may need materials that insulate their body heat differently, so they don't glow awkwardly. Can you picture a sci-fi-like reality of futuristic clothes that evolve along with human changes? And speaking of evolution, we need to bring science into the conversation. Would gaining this level of perception require genetic modification? Some people may argue for editing our genes and enhancing humans with these incredible abilities, but as we've seen with innovations like CRISPR, this kind of genetic tinkering comes with big ethical questions. Should we engineer humans on a quest towards superhero-like abilities, or leave things as nature designed them? That's the billion-dollar question. But there's also a philosophical layer to consider here. By gaining one type of extraordinary sight, do we risk losing a deeper appreciation for the world we currently know? An infrared-driven reality might make us focus so much on the invisible that we lose touch with the vibrant rainbow of visible light around us. There's something almost poetic about how limited sight encourages imagination and wonder. After all, sometimes it's the things we can't see that make us dream the most. And let's not overlook the possible downsides. Think of people with light sensitivity. Now imagine adding not just visible light, but the heat signatures of everything around you. It could create headaches, eye strain, and even complicate sleep cycles. Our natural cycles and rhythms depend on the sun and circadian systems. Throw a new spectrum into that and, well, let's just say you'd probably need a complete overhaul of how modern human biology works. Ready for one last wild idea? What if people misused infrared vision? Just like all technological advancements, this skill could be exploited in lots of unexpected ways. Some might use it for spying or predicting temperatures where you'd least expect privacy. Creepy, right? It makes you think how every superpower, no matter how incredible, can have darker intentions when placed in wrong hands. So there you have it. If humans had infrared vision, the entire way we interact with our environment, people, and society itself would change forever. We'd open up new dimensions, solve age-old scientific mysteries, and uncover profound layers of our daily lives. Yet we'd also wrestle with moral, ethical, and biological dilemmas we might not even be able to foresee. But one thing's for sure, imagining the possibilities makes our visible little slice of reality feel much, much bigger. What would you do if you had infrared vision for just one day? Would you hunt for answers to the mysteries around you? Or would you be too stunned to focus, overwhelmed by the torrent of heat trails and glowing infrared patterns that we've never seen before? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-bending what-if scenarios just like this one. Until next time, keep dreaming, visible spectrum or not, or